Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
采访之前，我去伦敦看了《奥德赛》的全球首映，它是电影史上第一部全程使用 IMAX 胶片摄影机拍摄的作品。为了更好地理解这段故事，我还专门去了 John Rylands 图书馆，那里保存着目前已知最古老的写于3世纪的《奥德赛》残卷。很幸运还碰到了馆长，教授也解答了一些我对于荷马这个故事的疑惑。
Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I'm a literature researcher, so talking with you about this very old mythical character feels very, very special to me.
Oh, wow.
He is not a very clean hero for me. He
Yeah.
is always like tired and complicated and deeply human. So
Yeah.
I wonder for you, what's the most human part of this character beneath the idea of a hero?
Yeah, that's a great question, and that's one of the reasons I love this character is because he feels so deeply human. He's flawed. He doesn't always make the right decision. But to me, what's relatable at this time in my life is that he very much has to live with the decisions that he's made. He has to own the consequences of everything he's done. It's such a dense and rich story. I think it also depends on where you are in your life when you encounter it for the first time. When you're younger, you might relate more to Telemachus and to that journey and his kind of coming of age. And but for me, I thought Chris captured so beautifully in the screenplay. Were these other themes about the consequences of what we do, and and a homecoming in that context.
Right. I like you mentioned about consequences because I'm deeply touched by the scene that he actually finally arrived at home.
Yeah.
But the moral ways that he carries is really complicated, and it reminds me there's a Chinese old idiom said one get back home after a very, very long time travel. He got scared and he got really like the hesitation and the shyness, the sadness. I think that's one of the most complicated emotions that a human being can have, and you present it beautifully.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
How did you deal with the tension?
That was really, for me, the emotional heart of the movie, and that reunion with Anne with Odysseus and Penelope. And without giving too much away, it's a famous homecoming story, but this concept of does he really want to go home? And because he knows what he has to do when he goes home is, as that idiom said, that feeling, he has to tell his wife the truth.
Right.
And that means, and that's a very hard thing to do, given everything he's done.
Right.
Help me go home.
I read about that. You once mentioned you were thinking about taking a break from acting unless Christopher Nolan called, and that's when Oppenheimer happened.
Yeah.
So after working with him this time, what makes a Nolan movie still impossible to say no to you?
Oh, I mean, anytime he calls. Anytime. It's just, and I love being in, I had such an amazing time, in a small role in Interstellar, and in a supporting role in Oppenheimer. I just love the way he works, and I love the films that he makes. I'm a fan of his work. Even the movies that I'm not in, I'm the first person to go to the cinema to see his work because he's just an incredible storyteller.
Thank you so much. And,
Thank you.
I have a ending question. It may not fully about the movie. Actually, the Odyssey is a sociological term nowadays called the Odyssey year for the young people who's between 20 to 30, who's still trying different paths or looking for their identity, whose life still got suspended maybe. Do you think the story of the Odyssey still speaks to them?
I think so. Yeah, I hope so. I feel like it speaks to every generation. Their Odyssey is different. I hadn't heard about this concept of the Odyssey years, but their Odyssey is very different. I have a daughter who's 27. I have a daughter who's 20. The world that they're embarking on and entering into looks very different from the world that I did, and so it will be an odyssey and a journey for that whole generation to try to find their place and find their way.
That's really comforting and beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
回乡是一种非常晦涩、非常艰难的一种情绪。